Night in prison, an officer shoots live rounds from a shotgun. One inmate dies. We told you about the lawsuit filed by that inmate's family. Well, now the family of the surviving inmate speaks out for the first time exclusively to Contact 13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears. Darcy.
Trisha, it all started last November in what they call the Hole. That's a high security area in the high desert prison. It's a place where the inmates shouldn't have been out of their cells at the same time, and both were handcuffed behind their backs. Those are just a couple of details that outrage Andrew Aravallo's family.
Nobody told us, nobody called us, nobody informed us about anything.
Andrea Aravallo is upset that her family was left in the dark after her brother was shot multiple times by a guard at High Desert State Prison. She says the family didn't find out until they got a letter from Andrew 2 weeks after the incident.
And even after we got the letter and called trying to find out what happened, nobody would acknowledge that anything did happen.
Andrea says it's taking an emotional toll on a family that believes an injustice has taken place behind prison walls. What pains them the most?
Not being able to give him support and show him that there's people that care about him, that he's not in this alone.
When Andrew told his family he and the other inmate were both handcuffed behind their backs when the guards shot them, that only led to more questions.
So what's the point? Exactly. What's the point of using a gun when you're supposed to be there to protect them from each other?
Come on out.
Andrea says there's got to be a better way to manage prisoners.
This whole thing could have been avoided. That boy's life could have, he'd be alive right now.
The Attorney General's office is still actively investigating the shooting, and even though it's been 6 months, no charges have been brought against the corrections officer who fired the gun. We asked the Attorney General for an update, but they say they don't comment on pending investigations. We are still waiting on a response from the Department of Corrections. In the studio, Darcy Spears, Channel 13 Action News.
Thank you, Darcy.